August with the shade. They said they ain't want no more Nika. So.
Hey yo. What's good, Shady Gang? Welcome back to another show with August with the Shade. Listen, go ahead and grab your cups, because you already know I'm about to spill the tea, and y'all know I keep the shade. Today's video is going to be about how Nicki Minaj gave everybody their lashings on Pink Friday too. Let's get into the tea. Now, Nicki Minaj really outdid herself. Now, not only is it the Queen of Rap's birthday, okay? Happy birthday to the Queen of Rap. But also, Nicki Minaj gave us Barbs a birthday present, which was this album that has been so highly anticipated. Now, when Nicki Minaj said that we were going to be sitting in our seats glued and listening to this masterpiece, now she was not lying, because every song on this album, to me, really sits in my soul. And like, I'm telling you, me, knowing that Pink Friday was such an, iconic album, Pink Friday 2 is even better. Like, when I tell you, Nicki Minaj literally ate up every single op there is. When I tell you, and she did it so gracefully. Like, some of these bars, some of the people that listen, that digest Nicki Minaj's music, they won't even know it until they listen to it again. And I happen to be one of those people. Like, when I tell you, I find every single bar that Nicki put out immediately, but I literally had to go back and listen. And I heard so many bars. And I'm not gonna get into all of them right now, but I want to get into the ones that I felt like needed to be, spoken about, okay? So first off, let's get into Nicki Minaj and Offset, okay? Because Offset has been running his mouth in these songs. He's been saying a lot of things, and I feel like as a man, he should never be coming at Nicki Minaj. Just my opinion. When her husband stepped up to him, he did not want that smoke. But shout out to J. Cole, because J. Cole literally put that moment that happened during the rollout, okay? That moment that happened with the VMAs and the rollout, y'all, he literally made so much sense of that moment. Like, he was literally letting everybody know that he's going to protect his queen. Nicki Minaj is protected by Kenny. And I want to shout out J. Cole for literally giving Nicki Minaj and Kenny their flowers, because I feel like in the industry, people try to put Kenny down, try to act like he's a nobody, but literally, he's the one that's literally holding Nicki Minaj down for real. Not only the Barbers, but Kenny too. And I feel like J. Cole make sure to acknowledge that moment, and I want to shout out him for that. But Offset, okay? Offset is Cardi B's wife. That's my wife. Cardi B's husband, you know what I'm saying? And he was trying to compete with Nicki Minaj with the Rich and Millies. Now, I don't know if y'all remember back in the day. Well, really back in the day. But a year ago, he was trying to compete with Nicki Minaj when she was buying $100, $1 million Millies, Rich and Millies, which is a watch, a very expensive watch at that. And he had his wife. He made it seem like the watch that Nicki had was nothing, because he bought his wife, he bought him one, and everybody else one, and his daughter, right? He tried to make it seem like the Richard was nothing, but comes to find out, the man was buying the Riches on wholesale. He had a jeweler that he was buying them from for way less than what Nicki Minaj spent on her. So don't ever try to don't try to compete. Nicki already told y'all about the cars before. Like, Nicki buys cars, she's not a leaser, okay? They lease cars so that they can keep an image up for the fans. But allegedly that's how they go. But Nicki didn't have to do that, so I feel like Nicki gave him a couple of lashings, as she should, because he is her son too, okay? But now let's get into another one, okay? Now Megan is also lashed out on this song, and Iggy Azalea, okay? Iggy Azalea got lashed out because I don't know if y'all remember when Iggy Azalea and Tory Lanez were alleged to be messing around after the Megan Thee Stallion little debacle and all of that, and Iggy was like very incognito. She tried her best to not be around Tory Lanez because of the stuff that was going on. But allegedly, Tory Lanez and Iggy was already messing around before Megan, and that's why Megan didn't want to do the song with Iggy, because they already had a song that they had filmed a video and all of that stuff for, and it didn't come out because Megan was messing around with her man. So we know Iggy ain't gonna say nothing, because Iggy didn't even send it to the little Cobra lady. So we know she looked scared, child. We ain't gonna worry about little Iggy, child. But the next song that I want to get into is the song where Nicki got on Latto. Now, Latto name was mentioned in this album. Now, I remember Latto said she was a fan of Pink Friday. Now she can say she's an even bigger fan of Pink Friday too, because her name is in it. But let me tell you this. Okay, so Latto, right, she made a tweet in 2022. I'm gonna put this tweet right on the screen. She was talking about how she was in the studio, and I'm gonna put the names in it, because she's always talking about putting something on the floor, but literally never says nobody's name. So, she was trying to put out this little invincible tweet like nobody was gonna catch it, and was trying to say that basically she claiming allegedly, quote unquote, big quotations, that she heard Nicki Minaj say that, why you doing a song with this little girl? Now, if y'all did not know, she made a song with Lil Wayne called Sunshine, and everybody knows that Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne have a song called Sunshine as well. But you know what I'm saying? She ended up like the mermaid with the dreads under the water, because it bubbled. It bubbled under. Nobody even heard the song or her album. So, that was really funny that you even tried to say that. So I felt like Nicki had to come back around, let everybody know what really happened. And girl, I'm just gonna say your name. Girl, you chopped. It's nothing. Like, you said all of that, but guess what? You still ain't going nowhere. So I feel like, Latto, I know that you're crying in the car, and I'm so happy that Nicki finally addressed you, because you always been throwing these little subtle little disses at her and trying not to, thinking that the Barbs won't go catch it, or that Nicki wasn't gonna we catch everything. Like, y'all gotta understand one thing about the Barbs. Like, there's nothing that y'all can get past us. We're always gonna be on our toes. Like, Nicki is always on her toes. Nicki says she's always listening to hip-hop, rap, whatever y'all putting out, Nicki's listening. So stop thinking that she's not. You know what I'm saying? That's what rappers do. You should definitely know what your opponent is doing, and I love that. Now, I definitely want to know what you guys think about the album in the comments. Who do y'all think Nicki Minaj really lashed out on the most? And what is your favorite song from the album? Are you streaming? Are you buying? Because if not, you're gonna get up out this video and go do that right now. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm out.
I'm not even a man and got my in their mouth.
I was thinking about y'all. Oh, here we go. August with the shade, talking about who we swinging on tonight. Why y'all got